gratitude to the Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS and Telkom University for organizing this wonderful event, as well as to everyone attending today for allocating the time to attend our program. Welcome to the Cross Culture Program 2021. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kamaria, and you can call me anytime. All right, so I'm just kidding. So it's Q here, and it is my pleasure to be your MC for today. To start off our event today, let us show our respect to both of the countries attending today by singing Indonesian National Anthem and Malaysia National Anthem. Wow, that was a very powerful spirit from us all here in the event. Before we start our event today, a little brief background of what Cross Culture Program 2021 is about. So, Cross Culture Program 2021 is a virtual mobility program that focuses on the reach and the uniqueness of the culture of Indonesia and Malaysia from the point of view of students. So, without any further delay, I would like to welcome Telkom University Director of Strategic Partnership and International Office, Ibu Lia Yuldinawati, STMM, to deliver her speech, and followed by Telkom University corporate video. Please welcome.
Thank you so much, Q. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Honorable AP Dr. Nurul Lydia, Director of Center for Student Development, and Dr. Azrul Hazimi, all Student Mobility and Student Development Office staff, and Telkom University and UTP student. Good morning all, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dr. Nulia and Dr. Azrul and my dear colleagues from UTP, it's always nice feeling every time I get a report regarding the implementation of cooperation with UTP. We have explored various fields of cooperation from joint research, academic collaboration, and today, cultural between the two countries, Malaysia and Indonesia. I firmly believe in the future we will have more joint programs in various fields. And dear student, on behalf of Telkom University, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the first Telkom University and Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS Cross Culture Program 2021, the inspiring youth in appreciating traditional arts. I am very happy and proud to see that all students who attend this program are students with future technological skills, but still uphold the culture of their respective nation and countries. I'm hopeful that this cultural event educates each one of us to love and appreciate our diverse cultures. Let cultures make us stronger, as our national motto, Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, unity in diversity. I call upon you all as students to accommodate each other's cultural diversity, and in it, we get positive energy for our unity and oneness. During this program, you will see how Malaysia and Balinese Gamelan, beautiful traditional dances from both countries, learn Batik and Chinese calligraphy, a nice escape from technological daily life. I urge you to make the most out of the wonderful opportunity during the program. Make sure that you have create network with other participants. Let me once again thanks the committee from Telkom University and UTP for arranging this program. And I want to specially congratulate the speakers and performers and most of all students for participating in this program. Thank you all for being here today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Research and innovation are important aspects to encourage the nation development. As the best private university in Indonesia, Telkom University commits to continuously contribute by providing qualified education, which producing various researches and innovation for the nation development. As a part of PT Telkom Indonesia, under Yayasan Pendidikan Telkom, Telkom University was established in 2013 and merged by 4 educational institutions. As an ICT-based campus which has the best research and innovation, Telkom University has a purpose: contribute to the nation. Vision: began research and entrepreneur university in 2023, which plays an active role in the development of information technology, base technology, science, and art. Mission: organizing and developing international standard education based on information technology. Develop, disseminate, and apply internationally recognized technology, science, and art. Utilizing technology, science, and art for the welfare and advancement of national civilization through entrepreneurial competences. Telkom University is located in Bandung, West Java Province, Indonesia, which was built on an area of 50 hectares. Telkom University currently has more than 30,000 students, both local and international, from 34 provinces in Indonesia and 87 countries. In addition, Telkom University also has more than 55,000 alumni spread across 30 countries. Telkom University has various facilities that are maximized to be able to assist lecture activities. Telkom University is currently accredited A for higher education from BANPT. To produce the best graduate who competent, competitive, and have an active role in the development of technology, science, and art. Telkom University has 7 faculties. Telkom University has 37 study programs, 7 master degree programs, 22 bachelor degree programs, 1 applied undergraduate program, and 7 associate degree. From all of the total study programs, 51% of them are accredited internationally, while 65% courses are accredited A or superior from BAN-PT. In realizing a research and entrepreneurial university in 2023, TELU has designed many programs to enhance the quality of education and research in terms of strategic planning. As the best university in Indonesia, which has an active role in producing qualified graduates who are competitive and can give a positive impact on the progress of the nation and country, Telkom University focuses on the threefold mission of higher education, which contain of education, research, and community service. In terms of teaching, Telkom University has implemented a curriculum based on outcome-based education, student-centered learning, which emphasizes the sustainability of learning process in an innovative, interactive, and effective way. During the COVID-19 pandemic, all the lecturing activities in Telkom University have been done online by using the learning management system, supported by application mobile center of the learning and open education, which makes it easier for students and lecturers to access Siloe anywhere. On its way to become a research and entrepreneurial university, Telkom University has a main focus to establish an ecosystem and a research culture. In terms of research, Telkom University is able to manage various researches along with the results. So Telkom University awarded as the university with the best innovation management from the Ministry of Research and Technology. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Telkom University continually doing various research and innovation such as autonomous UVC mobile robot, the first collaboration with Lembaga Ilmu Pengetahuan (LIPI) in Indonesia. Telkom University also creates Dentist Protective DenPro as personal protective equipment (PPE) in order to protect dentists from the spread of COVID-19 while doing their job. In terms of community service, Telkom University raised a rhythm of global research and community service program that focuses on a collaboration of community service activities in addition to application of practical research. For example, Telkom University commits to support the government's program of Citarum Harum through Kuliah Kerja Nyata. Students are focused onto 6-sector Citarum River. One of well-known partnership programs of Telkom University is the appearance of the first Telecom Infra Project Community Lab in Indonesia, which is located in Telkom University in order to support the program Making Indonesia 4.0. In 7 years of its progress, Telkom University has proudly accomplished several achievements both nationally and internationally.
Producing graduates or best human capital, but also to continuously strive producing research and innovations that support for making Indonesia 4.0. Telkom University, creating the future.
Thank you, Ibu Lia Yildanawati, SCMM, for the lovely speech and Telkom University corporate video just now. Next, I would like to invite UTP Senior Director of Center for Student Development, Associate Professor Dr. Nurlidia Mansur, to deliver his speech, followed by UTP Student Mobility in one video. Please welcome.
Thank you to the MC. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ibu Lia Yuldinawati, Director of Strategic Partnership and International Office, Telkom University, staff and students of Telkom University and Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang and a very good morning to all. It gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to the Malaysian-Indonesian Cross-Cultural Program 2021. As the world becomes more and more borderless, we realize the importance of cultural exchange, global exposure, and international perspective. As we connect with communities of different backgrounds, ethnicity, and culture, it becomes more and more apparent that this diversity plays a huge role in shaping the future of our global society. Throughout this two-day program, groups of students from various cultural backgrounds will sit together, engage in order to embrace each other's culture, strengthen community ties, and increase their knowledge on cultural diversities. The experience will no doubt be enriching as participants will be able to communicate and reach out across cultures in an international environment. Ladies and gentlemen, beloved students, at Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS, we aim to produce graduates who are global citizens that not only are adaptable to the various global cultures and communities, but also emulate core values such as showing respect towards each other's culture and heritage while being accommodating and cooperative. I'm sure that Telkom University also share the same aspiration in producing future leaders with such attributes. So students, it is our hope that this program will broaden your perspective and understanding of each other's culture. Although under the current circumstances, I know it's difficult to be conducting this virtually, but as future citizens of this very volatile and ever-changing world that we live in, you have to be agile and adaptable to whatever the future throws at you. As future leaders, this is the time for you to build yourself, acquiring positive global outlook, an open mindset, and the agility to face whatever is to come in the future. Above all, I hope that this program will bring about great change and development in you, so that you will be able to contribute to your university, your community, and the nation. In closing, I would like to thank everyone for your support in making this event possible and hope to be seeing you again in the future, inshallah. Wishing you all the best. Stay safe and thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back to you, MC.
Hello, my name is Ayran. I'm from Kazakhstan, and I'm part of UTP's awesome student mobility program.
Hola.
Bonjour.
Guten Tag.
Apa kabar?
Assalamualaikum.
Приветствую вас.
The Student Mobility Program at Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS is a program to support UTP's aspiration to produce well-rounded graduates with global awareness and mindset. It is a program which focuses on student exchange of inbound international students, where we have unique learning programs that cater to both short and long-term stays. With a duration of less than 2 months, there is the UTP summer program, and for long-term, which can vary from 2 months to a year, we offer full semester exchange program and research attachment program. Here at UTP, we diversify our programs to have more options for more countries.
For the student exchange program, students will attend classes and receive assignments, projects, tests, tutorials and exams, all the usual academic activities. So for the research attachment program, students are free to experience the extensive research and development facilities available here on campus at UTP. For our summer program, It offers students an opportunity to experience 14 days of learning all about Malaysia, consisting of 1 or 2 short courses with educational trips. The program includes fun outdoor and nature excursions, as well as tours around Malaysia's major cities. Our mobility programs are customized to ensure a unique time from the exchange here in Malaysia. Besides the allure of our cultural diversity, Malaysia is also recognized for its quality education system, beautiful heritage, and biodiversity.
UTP is my choice. The amazing resources on campus supports my research. I'm really glad I enrolled it. I love UTP's campus, especially the library.
The mobility program has been an eye-opener for me. I will definitely apply what I've learned here in UTP Malaysia in my future career.
Participating in UTP's mobility programs encouraged me to step outside of my comfort zone and to find a global experience. I feel that it has made me more open and independent.
I choose the UTP Student Mobility Program because of its high educational rating as well as beautiful location. I am very grateful for this unique opportunity to learn and grow in such a multicultural environment.
Applying at UTP Students Exchange Program was one of the best decisions I have made in my life.
Thank you, Associate Professor Dr. Lydia Masur, for the lovely speech and UTP Students Mobility Inbound video just now. Dear all, with that, I would like to officially announce that our cross-culture program for the year of 2021 have begun. Please grab all the opportunities offered in the program. This is the chance for us to grow, appreciate, and become more knowledgeable in other cultures as well. We hope that everyone attending the program today will have the applause and enjoy throughout the program. Next, I would like to invite everyone attending the program today to switch on our camera for the photography session today. So ladies and gentlemen, you may now switch on your camera. All right, so everyone, don't be shy to open up your camera for our photography sessions. Is there more anyone to join for our photography session? All right. All right, so I believe we can start to take our photography session for now. So we'll be taking 2 pictures for today for this session. So the first session will start in 3, 2, 1, smile. All right, so the second session, the second photography session, and you can do any pose that you want to do. So, all right, so in 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, so, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your cooperation on our photography session just now. With that, this marks the end of the Cross Culture Program 2021 officiating ceremony. All right, now that we have done with the officiating ceremony, let's move on to our program agenda for today on Cross Culture Program 2021. To start off, I'll be explaining the tentative for our event for the both of the days. Today's agenda will be on Gamelan Melayu and Bali webinar at 11:50 AM by UTP Gamelan Group Sangha Kirana and Telkom University UKM Kesenian Bali. And next, we are going to have arts and craft on Batik segment at 1:15 p.m. by Ms. Morinta Rosandini. For tomorrow's agenda, we'll be having discussion and performances of traditional dances at 11 a.m. by UTP and Telkom University representatives. And we are also going to have arts and crafts on Chinese calligraphy segments at 12:25 p.m. by UTP Chinese Culture Club. All right, before we start off with our first segment for our program today, let's have a short 5 minutes break. Sit still, grab your latte, and enjoy. Hello, everyone. So we're back on our Cross Culture Program 2021. Are you guys excited? Because I am. All right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, kindly be reminded that throughout the whole program, all participants are advised to switch off the microphone to prevent any disruptions. Should you have any questions during the presentation or discussion, kindly write the questions in the chat feature, or you may use the raise hand button in the Q&A session to ask directly to the speaker. Kindly switch on your camera during the group photo session, and lastly, we will share feedback form at the end of the session. Something worth nothing is that we'll be handing over cash prizes of 50 ringgit Malaysia and 100,000 rupiah cash prize to the winners during our lucky draw session later on. Get your hopes up. Who knows that your names shines on our lucky wheels. All right. So to start off our first agenda for today, let me introduce our lovely moderator here, as she'll be the one to lead you guys on the session later on. So today we are going to have Dania Zaki, representative from UTP Sangha Kirana, to be your moderator for this session. Dania, you may have the floor for our first segment for today. Please enjoy.
Thank you so much, Q. A very good morning and a very good day I bid to all. It is my pleasure to welcome you on behalf of the organizing committee. I would like to thank all of you for filling your precious time to join us today for this cross-culture program with Telkom University. Without further ado, I would like to introduce you to three amazing speakers known as enthusiasts of the arts and culture, especially in Gamelan. Introducing our first speaker, Muhammad Khairul Ikhwan, a final year student taking applied physics in UTP, succeeding his journey as a former member of Gema Gamelan Wakafan, known as Gemawan. He joined Sangha Kirana since foundation. His involvements include the International Gamelan Festival 2018 Solo Indonesia and Festival Gamelan Istana Budaya. Khairul, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing good. Thank you.
Graduating as a valedictorian in composition and gamelan from Aswara, our next speaker, Mr. Tuku Umar Ilani, emerges as a leading light in the new generation of Malay gamelan composer and performer. He has contributed to multiple contemporary Malay gamelan albums and currently lectures at Aswara in composition and gamelan, while exploring the endless possibility in the tradition with new contemporary works. Mr. Tuku Umar Ilani, how are you doing today?
Great, thank you. What a great morning. Thank you for having me.
I'm very glad to hear that. Our next speaker for today is our long distance friend we brought from Telkom University, Indonesia. We have E. Kader Andrian Pramanaputra, currently taking informatics and holding a position of General Chairman of UKM Kesenian Bali Widyatana Murti. Andre, how are you?
Hello, thank you.
Lastly, we have E. Gede Nanda Arya Suputra, a student of interior design. He's a staff member of Arts and Culture Division. How are you, Nanda Arya?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our event today is hosted by Telkom University from Indonesia and Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS from Malaysia with the topic Gamelan Melayu and Gamelan Bali, Discover World of Bronze. We are going to discuss mainly about the history and uniqueness of both gamelan, how impactful they are to the society, and the effort to sustain the gamelan activities. We will also be having showcases from our hosts, where Sangha Kirana and Telkom University will be representing Malay Gamelan and Balinese Gamelan respectively. At the end of this event, everyone will get a chance to drop your inquiries in the Q&A session, so please stay tuned. Gamelan, the translation from Javanese, which means beaten or struck, is a type of Indonesian traditional music. This music was brought to Malaysia as a result of the Javanese migration in the 14th century. It necessitates the use of musical instruments made of iron, brass, and wood. To explore more about gamelan, let us pass the floor to Khairul. Khairul, can you explain more about how gamelan is spread to Malaya?
So, hello, good morning everyone. So, Gamelan Melayu started during the Kesultanan Johor Riau Lingga. So, in 1811, Bendahara Siwak Raja, which is the Bendahari of Pahang during that time, was invited to come to the palace for a royal gathering. So during the royal gathering, he saw a performance of dance and music in the palace, so which is the Gamelan performance. So he became interested and started to learn the tradition art, and then he bring the Gamelan set back to his country in Pahang. So Frank Swettenham even wrote in his book a Malay Notch about this Gamelan performance when he became a guest for the Sultan Pahang in 1875. So during the 1900s, the tradition art has evolved to Joget Pahang, where it started to have the Malay identity. So when the princess of Pahang married to the prince of Terengganu, the tradition of Joget Pahang moved to the Terengganu Palace. So Sultan Sulaiman and also Tengku Abang Mariam are the people responsible towards the beautification of this Joget Pahang. They created new dance, new moves, and also new music. And Joget Pahang now becomes Joget Gamelan Terengganu. So that is how gamelan spread to Malaysia.
I see. Thank you so much, Cairo, for the informative explanation. Mr. Teku Umar, do you have anything else to add on that?
Thank you for the explanation, Carol Kwan. Sangat mendalam. But anyway, during the Terengganu times, the golden age of the Malay gamelan tradition in Terengganu, those were the days we had 60 repertoire and then a lot of gamelan music. But unfortunately, during World War II, okay, that's the peak of the Joget Gamelan was short-lived as this tradition was faced with the Second World War II and the death of the Sultan itself. So later the tradition discontinued. The musical instruments then were kept at Istana Kolam, and then Tengku Ampuan, then the Queen, held a special ceremony with the dancers and musicians, and they were required to swear before him not to tell anyone or not to show any form of the repertoires to the outsiders, because those were the days the Joget Gamelan, the dance, and the music, the Gamelan Melayu were only performed in the palace only. So rakyat tak dapat tengok, only the noble, the very important person can only watch the tradition. And then the tradition in the palace has remained buried for 24 years. And then in 1968, Tan Sri Muben Shepherd during that time was the curator of the Museum Negara Malaysia under Tunku Abdul Rahman, was appointed to recover the traditions back. So from Perlis to Sarawak, so he went to Terengganu and Pahang. So he saw an instrument in the palace, in Terengganu Palace. So when he asked Tengku Abang Mariam, what is this? What kind of gamelan is this? So Tengku Abang Mariam said that it's gamelan Melayu of Terengganu. So it was a surprise to the nation during that time, because those instruments, they thought whether it's Javanese or it's Balinese, but rupanya it's a Malay gamelan. So from there, so many people were trying to get to the instrument, to discuss about the instrument, the tradition, and then trying to revive back the tradition. And that at least the rakyat will know the tradition lah, because those were the days it's only in the palace, and then kind of hampir pupus during that time, and now they dah berkembang semula, and then all the people know the instrument and start spread in the universities, in schools, and now started to flourish again lah.
All right. Thank you so much, Teku Umar. Let's move on to let's move on to Nanda Arya to share on the origin of gamelan in Indonesia, especially in Bali.
Okay, thank you for the. So first, gamelan in Bali is some instrument that kita sudah punya dari lama. Gamelan ada sekitar abad ke-17 di era kerajaan di era Indonesia masih disebut Nusantara, pada era kerajaan. Jadi fungsi gamelan antara lain sebagai sarana pengiring dan juga instrumen untuk upacara keagamaan and something like that. For now, gamelan is have modernization with use the skala-skala musik barat, di mana ada gamelan kromatik, diatonis, dan juga pentatonis. Gamelan juga sedang dikembangkan, salah satunya di Institut Seni Indonesia yang ada di berbagai daerah di Indonesia. Dan untuk keunikan gamelan dari segi suara dan bunyi itu dipengaruhi oleh yang pertama base nadanya, karena di setiap daerah itu berbeda, dan juga dipengaruhi oleh the technique how we playing the gamelan. Because in Sundanese gamelan, Javanese gamelan, Balinese gamelan, there's many technique and there's many kind dan tujuan untuk gamelan dan esensinya itu juga sangat banyak sekali. Jadi itulah keunikan gamelan. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nanda Arya. Okay, let's move on to Khairul. Khairul, would you tell us how many types of instruments there are in gamelan and which of them is your expertise?
So for Gamelan Melayu, there are a total of 9 instruments, which is the bonang. In Gamelan Melayu, we say kromong. We have saron, and then 3 types of saron, which is saron pekin, saron baron, and also saron demong. And then we have the slentum, the gambang, the gendang, the kenong, and also gong. So regarding the instruments that I expertise, I used to play saron peking during my times in my high school. So I played saron peking for around 2 years. So after joining Sangga Kirana in UTP, I was assigned to play bonang penerus, and I've already been playing the instrument for around 4 years now. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Khairul. That's such a long time. Okay, so now let us move on to the next session, which is the history and the uniqueness of both gamelan activities. Rolling back to Teku Umar, why are most Malay gamelan only played in palace?
You mean the Malay gamelan or gamelan in general?
Malay gamelan.
For Malay gamelan, I think as Khairul Ikhwan shared with us, it originates in the istana of Riau Lingga, meaning Riau Lingga ni di kawasan kepulauan di antara Singapura dan Palembang, ada kepulauan kecil-kecil dekat situ. So dikatakan perkembangan datangnya gamelan tu dari tanah Jawa lah, okay, and then from there it transfers to the istana of Riau Lingga first, and then it starts there as part of the royal household punya tradition, okay, dance, the music, but we have no evidence what kind of music, what kind of dance, but most probably the influence must come from the Javanese tradition, okay, so and from there transfers to the istana because of the royal marriage punya connection. So the marriage between the Riau Lingga's family to the Pahang royalties family, and then continue from the royal Pahang family to the Terengganu family. So the tradition, the joget gamelan, and the music, the instrument, and the people, actually some of the people actually travel with the instrument, meaning travel with the patron, maknanya penaungnya adalah raja-raja. Jadi instrumen tu, tradisi tu berpindah mengikut patron tu. So patron ni adalah royalties. So sebab tu persembahannya hanya di dalam istana saja. So that's why only very few people during that time can see the performance, as mentioned by Frank Swettenham in his book, whereby he was invited by the Sultan of Pahang, Sultan Ahmad, to see this performance that started after Isya until subuh, until the morning. So the king only show himself at 12 a.m. but the rest datang pada pukul 8 pagi lah kan. Pukul 12 baru datang, and the performance continues from 8 to 5 AM mengikut the repertoire of the story, mula-mula perkembangan, and then the conflict, and then habis semula. So basically we can see that the gamelan follows the patron, and the patron tu adalah the royalties. So sebab tu Malay gamelan was royalty tradition lah macam tu. Now then baru dikeluarkan dari istana and then celebrated by the rakyat.
All right, that is such a great explanation actually. Okay, now that we are all well informed about Malay gamelan, Andre, does the gamelan descended from Riau Lingga still exist in Malaysia?
I'm sorry, come again?
All right, okay, Andre, does the gamelan descended from Riau Lingga still exist in Malaysia?
Maybe about the Linggas. Maybe another area can ask about the question.
All right.
Okay, from the Kesultanan, Kesultanan Malay, that gamelan exists in Bali. First, maybe seperti keadaannya itu dia ada di kerajaan, dimainkan di kerajaan gitu. Well, ketika era kerajaan di Bali memang hanya sebuah privilege untuk pemain gamelan bisa bermain di Bali, di kerajaan yang mungkin kita menyebutnya puri dan gria. Bagaimana? Secara konsep permainannya itu ada di Bali. Mungkin yang berbeda hanya dari segi penyajiannya. Because in Bali, gamelan will play when we have some ceremonial, religion ceremonial, and we have some perayaan-perayaan, and there's something some kind unique of gamelan in Bali is semar pugulingan. Instrument semar pugulingan is gamelan that create dahulu that create for menemani sang raja untuk menuju tidur. Jadi ketika raja di Bali ingin tidur, maka pemain gamelan mereka akan memainkan instrumen khusus yang disebut semar pugulingan, seperti itu. Mungkin itu saja. Thank you.
Alright, thank you Nanda Arya. Okay, back to Teku Umar. How do you distinguish between Balinese gamelan and Malay gamelan scale system?
Oh, okay. Scale system. Basically, in Malay gamelan, when we found, bukan saya lah, those were the days when my adik gurus found the gamelan, they analyzed the scale, and then they tengok the scale basically ada 5 bunyi, 5 sound. So they classified it as Selendro Melayu, because Selendro in Jawa means 5. So Selendro, laras Selendro maknanya 5 nada lah, 1, 2, 3, 5 dan 6, tiada 4 dan 7. Kerana nadanya satu rendah ke satu tinggi dibahagi 5 sama bunyi. Tapi di dalam Malay gamelan, it's a bit different because there's a space between the notes. Okay, so it sounds different lah. It's close to the piano when you play C, D, E, G, A, something like that. But for Balinese, if I'm wrong, maybe I can share lah. In Balinese, there were two kind of scale, the Selendro and the Pelok scale lah. And the Balinese like Gongke Bia, if I'm not wrong, they use five note pelot scale. So beza sangat besar lah. Satu, the Malay gamelan, da 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 da, and the Balinese, da 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 da, something like that lah. Okay, so I think I think you can hear the difference lah, whereby the Malay gamelan is more some people say happy, more relaxed sound, but the Balinese pelot sound is more eerie, sad, fiery sound, you know. Those were commentary by people who hears it lah.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Teguh Mailani. Khairul, do you have anything else to add to that?
I think from my part, nothing to add, as the explanation by Mr. Umar is very informative.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, now everyone, let's take a break before we hop on to the next sharing session with a performance by Telkom University. Please welcome. Thank you so much, Telkom University. It was such a great performance. Ladies and gentlemen, a gentle reminder, we'll be having a Q&A session at the end of this event. So if you have any inquiries, feel free to ask. Now, let us return to the sharing session where we are about to discover how Malay and Balinese gamelan influence the society. So, Khairul, what do you think about the society's perspective on gamelan?
So in my opinion, gamelan used to be seen as something mystical during the old times. This is because of the rumors and stories that has been passed down for generations. So however, during this modern era, I would say that this type of thinking has been demolished. So regarding the society's knowledge and view to gamelan, I would say the situation in Malaysia is the exact opposite of the one in Indonesia. So in our neighboring country, I suppose that gamelan has been a norm in the society. So speaking of my experience, when I'm going to Indonesia for the International Gamelan Festival in Solo, even kids like primary school students, 7 to 8-year-old students, kids know how to play gamelan. When watching that, I'm amazed when seeing so. So in Malaysia, I can say that majority of the people still do not know about gamelan. So when there was a gamelan show in the public, some of them I can see are very astonished and curious on the instruments that are being played by the ensemble. However, as Mr. Umar said earlier, gamelan is now expanding where it is taught in schools and universities in Malaysia. So I would say that the many people will know more about gamelan Melayu in the society. So that's all from my part. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Khairul. That was such a great opinion. Okay, so let's go on to the next issue. Mr. Teguh Umar, from your point of view, how is the society increasingly forgetting gamelan?
I think it's all about progressing lah, in a way, musically or in tradition. We cannot hold the tradition into its era. I mean, in a way, we have to move on with the tradition, you see. So basically, now with the technology that is evolving, the internet, the digital environment or digital ecosystem, everybody can see or can get any kind of information on computer, on phone and whatnot. So there's a lot of influence yang mempengaruhi kita semua lah. So basically, actually it's our part, us the gamelan enthusiasts, to spread the love for the gamelan or the love for the tradition. It is our part to use the technology, to use the digital ecosystem to spread the love of the gamelan lah. Meaning you share the history, or you have a program, something like this, you know, to share the music, what you're playing, so that it continues to be part of the, we want the tradition to be normalized like K-pop music, you see? Macam kita ada K-pop, Japanese music, modern music. We want tradition to be normalized also among citizens, children and whatnot. So tradition has to be taught since young. Kecil-kecil kita ajar dan baru dia berkembang dibesar. Kalau kita mahu, contohlah saya bagi contoh, kita mahu orkestra profesional. Tetapi kita perlu sediakan orkestra untuk kanak-kanak dari kecil, supaya cinta mereka terhadap muzik tu lebih awal. So we groom the children to love the instrument. Maybe they will not be a performer later, but they still can be a music enthusiast, a tradition enthusiast, you know, be part of the audience. So we want audience, we want performance. So kita kena kembangkan tradisi dari kecil.
All right, thank you, Mr. Teguh Umar. Well, in my opinion, I was taught modern music since I was small, and I didn't really know how to play traditional music such as gamelan, but I think I was lucky enough to involve myself in gamelan group, because okay, now that I joined that group, I think traditional music is very, very beautiful, and it would be such a waste if we just let it drown in modern times. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Andre, do you think gamelan should be instilled in contemporary music?
Oke. Jadi untuk gamelan Bali itu, nah dari gamelan kontemporer yang ada itu kan banyak sekali. Nah, salah satunya gamelan kontemporer untuk mengiringi upacara-upacara pernikahan, upacara adat, dan upacara keagamaan, dan banyak sekali. Nah, kita di Telkom University sebagai unit organisasi kesenian Bali, kami menciptakan sebuah alat musik yang menggabungkan antara musik Barat dan kebudayaan Bali. Nah, salah satunya yang diprakarsai oleh Nanda Arya. Seperti alat yang kita gunakan tadi itu, alatnya itu terlihat sederhana, tetapi musik yang dihasilkan itu ya lumayan bagus, dan juga untuk
self-proclaiming,
untuk digunakan dalam kegiatan keagamaan itu juga relevan, sehingga kita tidak membutuhkan banyak alat lagi seperti gamelan-gamelan yang ada di upacara adat. Mungkin untuk lebih detail terkait gamelan kontemporer yang dibuat bisa dijelaskan oleh Nanda Arya.
Okay, so about the generalization about the contemporary. Jadi untuk kembali ke fenomena yang sebelumnya, di mana relevansi masyarakat tentang tentang gamelan dan musik tradisional itu berpengaruh dan sustain terhadap bagaimana musik kontemporer dan juga pembawaan kita sebagai seniman, mungkin ya, bagaimana caranya agar bisa kasarnya tidak terpengaruh oleh budaya Barat, yang mana seperti contoh penerapannya in our gamelan, we use the diatonic skill for kebutuhan teknik permainan gamelan Bali. Jadi secara fisik alat kontemporer itu bisa dikembangkan lagi dan juga bisa dieksplorasi, karena kalau bicara tentang musik sangat luas sekali. Jadi tentang perkembangan kontemporer itu sebenarnya kita sama-sama berupaya agar bisa menghasilkan karya yang masih memiliki identitas budaya kita masing-masing, namun juga masih relevan tentunya dengan globalisasi dan kemajuan zaman sekarang. Kira-kira seperti demikian. Terima kasih.
Alright, thank you, Nanda Arya. I think if we explore more in this between traditional and modern music, I think that would attract more people in trying to get to know about traditional music, right? Okay, thank you. And all right. Okay, so on to the next question. Mr. Teguh Umar, do you think Bali and Malay gamelan will still be relevant even after 100 years?
Oh, yes, definitely. Because looking at the tradition, even the Balinese gamelan, actually a contemporary kind of gamelan music. You know, the technique of the kotekan, all those other techniques were created in the 18th century and later berkembang lagi, ya, mengikut pengamal atau pemuziknya, termasuk juga including the Malay gamelan tradition. Basically the joget gamelan, the Malay gamelan music, the technique that we play now actually during the golden era, it's a contemporary piece, it's contemporary dance, because Tengku Ampuan Mariam created the dance and Sultan Sulaiman created the song, and then later retune the gamelan set so that it sounds Malay. You see, what defines Malay gamelan is the sound. So they retune the sound, they recreate the repertoire and whatnot. So those were the days. It's a contemporary piece. It's a new composition, new dance. Those were the days. Now it's traditional. So if you want to move forward, kita nak bergerak ke hadapan to make it relevant. So we have to continue contemporize the music. We maintain the tradition. Those were the days. The tradition is the contemporary. Maknanya dulu namanya contemporary. Sekarang kita panggil dia traditional. Tapi kita kena create new creation, kreasi, pengkaryaan baru supaya masa hadapan akan terus ada new kind of, at least ataupun new music, new song, new dance, but based on the same instrumentation. So it kekal relevant lah. Maksudnya dia berkembang bersama tradisi, berkembang. Zaman kita main cara begini, mungkin cara anak-anak kita cicit mungkin ada berbeza sedikit. So tradisi itu sentiasa berkembang mengikut orang yang mengamalkannya. So the tradition continues. If you want to the tradition to relevant, it has to follow the people that practice it during that time. So let it continue, let it grow. Don't tahan dia kan. Seni itu tidak boleh tertahan. Seni itu berkembang. Seni itu dari kepala yang ingin mencari kepuasan, dan kepuasan itu sentiasa berkembang. Macam itulah. You know.
So with time, it will continue on evolving and evolving. Is it like that?
Hopefully, and we should make it berkembang, evolve and whatnot. Because kalau kita stagnant, then the tradisi stagnant, and then it will be irrelevant to the future. Lama-lama dia died out lah sebab tak ada pengamalnya. So we have to make it kembang-kembang. We have to collaborate. We have to create new creation macam tu. And I think it's akan berkembang for the next 100 years. I mean, the Balinese. So hopefully after COVID, semua berkembang balik lah, you know.
I hope I will live long enough to see that evolution. All right. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Takuma. Now, we have reached to the last sharing session where we are going to discuss about the effort on sustaining gamelan activities. Now, there are a lot of promotion going on to promote the arts and culture in Malaysia. So I would like to ask Khairul, which platform is the best to promote gamelan to the public? And what is the best way to promote gamelan?
So in my opinion, since we are in the modernization and also the digitalization era, I would say that the best platform to promote gamelan to the public would be through social media, where applications like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and among other social medias have been gaining attention in recent times. And I'm sure that every single one of us has TikTok, Instagram, and other social media. So gamelan enthusiasts should utilize this information to further promote gamelan to the public, where we can create videos and post it in Instagram or TikTok. So other than that, there are also some gamelan groups that do show in the public to promote the gamelan of their own group. So in the other hand, this would also expose the gamelan to the public. This is a way in promoting gamelan to the public and society itself. So I'm sure Mr. Umar would love to say a word or two about this.
Yes, I agree with you, Karikwan, because one of the way, I think that is one of the way for us to promote traditional art through social media, because everybody have phones. I mean, at least have phone that you can see. I mean, phones, TV, internet. Everybody needs internet to socialize, to get something, or just to be entertained by something. So I think those were the days. Dalam kata lain, tak kenal maka tak cinta lah. So we have to bring the instrument or bring the tradition to the social media so that everybody, at least for those yang tak tahu, dia akan tahu. For those yang tak cinta dan mula bercinta dengan tradisi, you know. So I think that's one of the way, the very important way to spread the news or spread the knowledge of the gamelan tradition. Then after that, when they know, and then they will find out how to get into maybe physical classes, you know, how to enroll classes or how to enroll online classes or whatnot, how to enroll dalam sekolah, universiti mungkin yang ada gamelan. So dari langkah-langkah tu membantulah tu memperkembangkan tradisi. Yes.
I think it's very easy to get gamelan to get people to discover more, because the internet is just, information spread so fast on the internet, and I think that would be the best way to promote gamelan to everyone. All right, on to the next question. Okay, Nanda Arya, I would like to ask, what is your suggestion on how we can attract the society to appreciate gamelan?
Okay. So maybe the ways is mungkin dengan cara mengadakan event lebih lanjut atau pelatihan-pelatihan yang mungkin bisa kegiatan lomba juga, terus ya mungkin ada apa ya, seperti contohnya mungkin di Bali itu ada, kita menyebutnya pesta kesenian Bali. So there's some event yang berjalan penuh 1 bulan di Art Center Denpasar yang menyajikan seni-seni tradisional. Lalu dari event tersebut si penyelenggara atau Dinas Kebudayaan Provinsi Bali memberikan sebuah apresiasi berupa mungkin apresiasi berupa piagam, berupa piala karena ada lomba juga, lalu mungkin ada ya apa ya istilahnya mungkin pelatihan-pelatihan dan juga event. Garis besarnya seperti demikian. Kira-kira seperti itu.
I see. Thank you so much, Nanda, for your brilliant suggestion. Okay, so rolling back to Teku Umar, what is your hope in terms of contributing to the gamelan industry?
Sorry, come again?
All right. What is your hope in terms of contributing to the gamelan industry?
I think we as a person can, I mean, as gamelan enthusiasts, we can contribute to gamelan tradition in our own way. Begitu. There are some people who likes to play gamelan. I mean, just for sake to release tension, okay? Enroll the class and then to have class and whatnot. Those are people. There are people who really want to learn the gamelan so that they can teach to other people. Or there are people who wants to play the gamelan so that they can become a performer to entertain people. So, and there are gamelan enthusiasts who wants to learn gamelan to do research, to know more and to share the knowledge to everyone. So, setiap dari kita ada peranan masing-masing. We have our own peranan to kembangkan tradisi on our own way lah. We cannot force people to, you have to like the instrument, you have to like gamelan Bali, you have to like Balinese gamelan kerana dia adalah tradisi kita. We cannot force them, but we can make them love the instrument by promoting, and then from there, maybe first they just love to hear the gamelan on Spotify. Contoh, Sangga Kiana ada gamelan on Spotify, you know, saya ada music on Spotify. So let them love the gamelan first, the Balinese gamelan first from YouTube, and from there dia akan ada interest more and more. So from listener to musician and maybe to researcher and later on a gamelan enthusiast. We have more people to love the gamelan in various level. So we want to have that lah. So I think contribution macam tu, kita tak boleh lihat contribution orang tu besar, contribution tu kecil, tapi setiap orang ada sekecil-kecil contribution tu at least membantu. It helps the tradition to sustain throughout the generation to come. Macam tu.
I see. Thank you so much. I agree, because I think music is a way of self-expression, no matter how, no matter the way, right? Okay. Ananda, do you have anything else to add on that? Maybe you have your own perspective on how we can contribute to the gamelan industry.
Okay, maybe this a little bit another option about our contribution in how gamelan will grow proper. First of all, how about we combine about the urban culture and traditional culture. Mungkin saja bisa dengan menggabungkan kebutuhan seni modern dengan seni tradisional sehingga generasi muda kita itu bisa tertarik gitu. Ya, who knows, maybe one day K-pop will collab with gamelan ya, who knows, there will be some great performance or something. Jadi upaya-upayanya adalah kita tidak bisa seperti yang dikatakan Bapak Teguh Umar tadi, kita tidak bisa memaksa bagaimana generasi muda kita mengikuti kita dengan cekokan, ini budaya kita harus, karena di era yang sekarang mungkin itu kurang relevan. Jadi dari sisi pengembangan seni tradisionalnya, maka kita yang harus mengikuti zaman dengan metode yang seperti saya jelaskan tadi. Kira-kira demikian.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nanda. I think that was a very good explanation. Okay, I have another question for Andre. What have been done by gamelan activists in Indonesia to sustain this traditional music? I'm sorry, Andre, you're muted.
Can you say again?
I'm sorry?
Okay. Can you say again?
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, Andre, what have been done by gamelan activists in Indonesia to sustain this traditional music?
Untuk gamelan di Indonesia itu bergabung dengan tradisional musik itu seperti musik-musik pop Bali itu banyak yang menggunakan gamelan. Nah, itu salah satunya cukup untuk menarik masyarakat yang ada di mungkin daerah itu, jadinya sering mendengarkan lagu. Cukup banyak juga manfaatnya bagi mengangkat tradisi daerah itu, bahwa musik itu relevan lah masuk ke dalam industri dari musik-musik daerah itu. Kalau misalnya musik internasional mungkin, musik nasional mungkin agak kurang karena tidak semua orang mengerti lagunya terutama tempo dari gamelan itu. Mungkin itu dari saya.
Alright, thank you so much, Andre. Okay. How about Nanda? Do you have anything else to add to Andre's explanation?
About the what context? Sorry, Miss, can you?
It's okay. All right. So, do you have anything else to add on on Andre's explanation?
Okay. Okay. About the pop Bali, pop music pop. There's so much complete. Jadi musik pop di Indonesia, terutama di Bali, itu beberapa ada musik yang dipengaruhi oleh komposisi gamelan. Jadi yang seperti dibilang Andre, upaya kita bertahan di sini mungkin sudah dijelaskan tadi. Jadi komposisi si musik itu digabungkan dengan metode-metode di gamelan. Seperti mungkin ada modulasi, lalu ada perpindahan pattern dan juga banyak sekali itu jenisnya. Then I think that's all. Yes.
All right, thank you so much, Nanda. Okay, everyone. All right, everyone, let us sit back and enjoy a show by Sangha Kirana, which was performed at Festival Gamelan, Istana Budaya.
Lama sudah ku mencari cahaya dini hari. Dengarkan hati ini berbicara sulam kasih.
Di bawah sang payung
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you all enjoyed Sangha Kirana's performance. And for your information, if you are interested in those songs, you can just search up Sangha Kirana in Spotify. And another information that I would like to share with you, most of the songs in Sangha Kirana's Gatra Kedua album is composed by Mr. Teku Umar Ilani. All right, everyone, let's move on to the next session, which is the Q&A session. Okay, so the first question for Mr. Teku Umar Ilani. In Indonesia, gamelan Bali is used for several purposes. We use it for sacred ritual and also for entertainment. But what about gamelan in Malaysia?
Basically for gamelan in Malaysia, I mean, we're talking about Malay gamelan, because there are two kind of Malay gamelan. There's two kind of gamelan in Malaysia actually. Satu is the Javanese gamelan for wayang, brought by the Javanese people to Johor, and the Malay gamelan lah. Okay, so for Malay gamelan, one of the purpose to play the gamelan and the joget lah, to accompany the joget dance lah. Satu is for entertainment, that is one. Okay, and number two, basically mostly purpose dia adalah for entertainment lah. Okay, but when we talk about sacred is the being of the instrument, meaning the tradition, whereby the instrument is sacred and you cannot cross over the instrument, jangan langkah lah, lalu tepi-tepi. And then there were stories about the instruments berhantu dan sebagainya. Okay, but from the Javanese, from the Javanese tradition, for them to create the instrument, ini pembuatan alat. And some people, I mean the Javanese people, diorang akan berpuasa dahulu before diorang create the instrument, create the gong and whatnot. So they have their own way, the sacred way to create the instrument and then to jaga the instrument and whatnot. Okay, because gamelan is one of the oldest tradition, okay, in the world, using old method still. Maknanya kita the Javanese and the Balinese, diorang cipta alat masih menggunakan tangan. Maknanya tiada acuan, macam buat kek letak acuan, hook jadi, no. They create with their bare hands, meaning they mold it, the temper, okay, the instrument from a block of iron to ketuk, and then they became gong and whatnot. Okay, so it's a meticulous and labor work. So one of the reason instrument tu dijaga dengan baik, because of the instrument tu mahal satu, and the tradition behind the instruments lah, menguatkan lagi the sacred of the instruments tu macam tu. Kalau for Malay gamelan, the story tu masih ada, tetapi tidak as bukanlah kata menakutkan, tapi there are a lot of stories in Javanese and Balinese kan. When me myself, because untuk pengetahuan kedua Balinese jemputan kita, macam saya sendiri pun belajar gamelan Bali di Denpasar, hubung dengan Denpasar, dengan Pak Wayan Citra, belajar gamelan. Bila kita, when we sit and then learn the instrument, when we hear the sound itself, it sounds, oh my God, so it shivers. Saya sendiri shivers lah kan, meremang sebab the sound tu sangat, pada kita yang tidak pernah belajar kan, menakutkan lah, but very that's normal lah. But when you learn, you enjoy the music, dia it's enjoyable lah, bukan lagi menakutkan. Menakutkan tu hadir kerana dari story, cerita, latar belakang dan sebagainya lah. Okay, and plus the Balinese people so sangat dekat dengan the instrument, because it's kind of mereka bawa tradisi tu dalam konteks religious juga kan. So mungkin boleh diterangkan juga kepada jemputan kita lah. Saya tak bolehlah cerita the religious part what not, but dia orang yang lebih expert. But me myself mempelajari alat muzik gamelan Bali tu adalah satu keunikan yang saya amat menghargainya lah. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Teguh Mailani. I think the uniqueness between both gamelan is what makes both of them very beautiful. All right, so let's move on to the next question. For Nanda Arya, are there any difficulties to sustain Balinese gamelan arts in Indonesia?
Tentunya ada ya kesulitan untuk mempertahankan dan melestarikan budaya kita. Salah satunya ya tadi itu dengan kemajuan zaman, dengan modernisasi dan segala macamnya. Namun kesulitan-kesulitan itu bagi kami di sini yang memang ingin melestarikan budaya ini, kita juga tidak memaksakan, hanya saja mungkin kita akan menggunakan metode yang lain untuk melestarikannya. Jadi salah satu contoh lain apa ya, kesulitan untuk melestarikan gamelan mungkin karena generasi muda di Indonesia, khususnya di Bali, kami itu kurang diperkenalkan dengan budaya kami secara proper sejak dini. Jadi mungkin karena kesulitan itu sudah berada di akar, hingga makin kesini kita itu susah untuk gimana ya caranya memperkenalkan budaya ya ke orang yang dia sudah berisi, namun budayanya bukan budaya kita. Mungkin salah satunya itu juga kesulitannya. Dan masih banyak lagi, cuman kita semua di sini tetap berusaha untuk melestarikan budaya tersebut. Sekiranya seperti demikian.
Alright, I hope we can all contribute something to solve that problem. Okay, we have a question in the chat box. So anyone can answer this question. The question is, oh wait, let me read the question. Kalau di Indonesia, khususnya di Jawa maupun di Bali, gamelan itu bersifat sakral, di mana kalau di Bali sendiri dilihat lebih kepada fungsinya yang berhubung kepada konsep keagamaan. Soalannya, adakah di Bali itu dalam keluarga diharuskan mereka mempelajari kesenian gamelan? Dengan kata lain, mereka harus bisa memainkan atau mempersembahkan gamelan?
Oke, jadi di Bali itu mungkin tadi setiap keluarga yang di Bali itu mungkin tidak diwajibkan, mungkin tapi lebih ke istilah tahu diri lah. Misalnya di Banjar itu anggaplah istilah di Bali itu menyambut beraya kekeluargaan. Jadi kita di Banjar itu jika ada kegiatan agama, maka setiap kepala keluarga yang di Bali itu diwajibkan mungkin salah satu anggota keluarganya ikut serta untuk menggambal atau mengiringi upacara keagamaan tersebut dengan gamelan. Tapi itu tidak diwajibkan. Misalnya kalau misalnya mereka sedang ada halangan, mungkin bisa diwakilkan oleh keluarga atau sepupu yang lain, dengan tetapi ada timbal baliknya gitu. Mungkin seperti itu sih.
I see. Thank you so much, Andre. Now, I will proceed to the next question for Khairul. Khairul, how do you keep the existence of gamelan in the pandemic era, since all the activities are carried out online?
Okay, so for this pandemic era, in terms of our gamelan group, Sangga Kirana, we conducted online training through Discord, where we teach gamelan to our instruments. So we use apps. We can download the apps in Play Store or Google Store. So other than that, so before this, we always conducted like an event, Assembly of Gamelan. So there is a face-to-face event where we call out participants from schools and other countries to perform gamelan. So during this pandemic, we proceeded to the online version where we ask our participants to send their videos. So for the event, they will send their video and we will showcase it in a YouTube live. So these are some of the way that we can we can kekalkan the existence of the gamelan during these pandemic times.
So with the help of internet, I think everything is possible. All right, we have another question from Iqbal Khalili Mokhtar. Is Balinese gamelan suitable to be played with Javanese gamelan?
Okay, so basically they can, but there's any different tentang mungkin metode dan cara kerja gamelan Jawa dan juga gamelan Bali. Hal itu salah satu hal yang mempengaruhi mungkin dari segi komposisi atau pola permainannya, di mana pada gamelan Bali kita terdiri dari 8 bar, dan di gamelan Jawa, kalau tidak salah, mohon maaf, di gamelan Jawa itu terdiri dari 8,5 sampai dengan 9, di mana ketukan gong terakhirnya itu gamelan Jawa itu lebih 1, sehingga jikalau ingin menggabungkan gamelan Bali dan juga gamelan Jawa, itu bisa, namun kita memerlukan sedikit perubahan komposisi baik dari segi teknik dan juga dari segi musikalnya itu sendiri. Kurang lebih seperti demikian.
I see. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nanda. So both gamelan have their own differences, but they're still unique and beautiful somehow. Okay, so thank you. I think that is all for the Q&A session. Thank you to all the speakers for the interesting and informative session. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this opportunity to inform you about our upcoming and highly anticipated event. This year, Ensemble of Gamelan, known as EOG, will be held on 6th of November at 8 p.m. on Sangha Kirana's YouTube live platform. You will have the chance to see the performance by 7 participants from local as well as international from Malaysia, New Zealand, and Indonesia. With that, we have come to the end of this event. I hope all of us obtain something that can benefit us in getting closer and closer to gamelan. Once again, thank you to all speakers, students, and everyone for joining this event. We hope that this event will be able to sustain the beauty of arts and culture throughout the years. That's all for today, and see you at the EOG and another cross-culture event next year. Stay safe and take care.
Thank you, Danya, for allowing me to have the floor again. Wow, that was a very, very lovely and outstanding sharing and performances we have back there from UTP Gamelan Group, Sangha Kirana, and also Telkom University and Kesenian Bali. So on behalf of Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS and Telkom University, I would like to express my thanks on the beautiful performances and sharing just now. As a saying said by Mr. Tuku, tak kenal maka tak cinta, right? So now that everyone has watched and listened to the sharing just now, so we hope that everyone will develop more interest and love for our traditional music, especially in gamelan. So now let's give a round of applause to the teams. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are not done yet with the first segment. It is the time for the handover of the e-certificate to the moderator and the speakers. With that, I would like to welcome Mr. Azur Hashimi bin Zabidi, Senior Manager of Student Mobility Office, to the floor. Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So now I would like to invite our beautiful moderator, Danya Zaki, back to the floor again to receive the e-certificate. Please welcome.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. All right, so now next I would like to invite Muhammad Khairul Ikhwan to receive the A certificate. Please welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, congratulations. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Okay, next I would like to invite Mr. Kumar Ilani to Iskandar to receive the e-certificate as well. Please welcome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Terima kasih.
Good job and congratulations. And I would like to invite the next speakers of the segment is Gedek Nanda Arya Suputra to receive the e-certificate. Please welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Terima kasih.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Miss.
All right. So lastly, I would like to invite our last speaker for the segment is Kedek Andrea Pramana Putra to receive the e-certificate. Please welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Terima
Atur
kasih.
suksma.
All right. So thank you, Mr. Azra Hashimi, to the floor just now. And then congratulations and a very good job to both of the teams from UTP and Telkom University for the beautiful performances just now. The show is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to our next part of our agenda of the first segment is the lucky draw session. All right, so we are going to start with the first lucky draw. All right, let's hold for a second. We'll wait for the lucky wheels to, all right. Here the lucky wheels have we have lucky wheels in the screen. So let's spin the wheels. So all right, so we have the first winner for our lucky draw is Fenisha Salsabila Malshasila from Telkom University. So congratulations. All right, and then we are going to move on with the second wheels. So round and round. All right, so we have another representative from Telkom University who wins the lucky draw, so which is Rizky Akbar Gasnin. All right, so and next, spin the wheel again. All right, so we have Telkom University again, which is Putu Resi Devi Utari for the third winner of lucky draw, and then we are going to move on with the fourth lucky draw. All right, here we go from UTP, which is Amirul Farhan bin Azmi to be the fourth lucky winner for today. And then we move on for the last win spills. All right, so we have the last winner for today is Yvonne Jiayi. All right, so yeah, well, congratulations to all of the 5 lucky winners for today. And for those who has not yet wins, so don't worry, we have another lucky draw session at the end of our program today. So for you guys to grab your chances to win the prizes as well. So now let's wrap up our first segment of the day with a group photography session, and I would like to invite everyone attending the session to switch on your camera for the photography sessions. So now you may all switch on your camera. All right, so everyone, don't be shy. This is a chance for you to like have a photography session with the internationals as well. So grab the chance. Okay, I think we can start to have our photo session now. So we'll be having like 2 photography session again. And the first one is like the normal formal, and then we are going to have the next photography session, which is a freestyle. So all right, in a count of 3, we're gonna start with the first formal photography session. So 1, 2, 3, smile. All right. Okay, so photograph will be the freestyle, so you can do anything style that you want to do. Okay, 1, smile. All right. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your cooperation for joining the group photography session just now. With that, this marks the end of our first segment on Gamelan Melayu and Bali webinar. So, guys, the program is not done yet for today. Next, we are moving on to the second segment for today on the arts and craft segment on Batik sessions. So before we move on with the second section of our program today, let's have a short 5 minutes break. Sit back, grab your snacks, and enjoy.
Batik adalah selembar kain yang terdiri dari motif. Yang menarik dari batik adalah proses pembuatannya, karena kita menggunakan malam sebagai perintang untuk proses pewarnaan dan proses pembuatan motif pada batiknya. Harapannya mereka dapat menghargai lebih dalam mengenai Indonesian culture ya, khususnya batik, dan tentu saja membawa pulang ke negara mereka dan bercerita tentang bagaimana batik itu sendiri dan juga lebih memahami makna juga proses dari membatik itu sendiri. Batik adalah selembar kain yang terdiri dari motif. Yang menarik dari batik adalah proses pembuatannya, karena kita menggunakan malam sebagai perintang untuk proses pewarnaan dan proses pembuatan motif pada batiknya. Harapannya mereka dapat menghargai lebih dalam mengenai Indonesian culture ya, khususnya batik, dan tentu saja membawa pulang ke negara mereka dan bercerita tentang bagaimana batik itu sendiri dan juga lebih memahami makna juga proses dari membatik itu sendiri.
All right, so welcome back everyone to the Cross Culture Program 2021. We are now approaching to the next segment of the day on Arts and Crafts segment on Batik session with Ms. Maureen Tarasandini. So let's have a brief background of our beautiful speaker for today. We are going to have Ms. Maureen Tarasandini, a senior lecturer with 5 years plus of research experience in textile and culture. She graduated with a master's and bachelor's degree in crafts, textiles, and design from Bandung Institute of Technology. She is also known for her interest in developing local communities and small medium enterprises using design innovation approaches. So without any further delay, I hereby welcome Ms. Maureen Torresandini for our Batik sessions on arts and crafts segment. Please welcome.
Hi, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Miss Q. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the representative of International Office in Universiti Teknologi PETRONAS and also the representative of International Office in Telkom University. Also, I would like to say hello to everyone here, all of the participants. We have 53 participants here. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Actually, this is in my place right now. A little bit rainy outside. I hope the connection will be okay until the end. Let me share my screen first. Okay. Okay, this one. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hi, hello. As Madam MC has introduced me in the first session, I am Maureen Torresandini, and I'm a lecturer of from Textile and Fashion Study Program, School of Creative Industries, Telkom University, and I've been researching about batik for 5 until 6 years. My main focus on research batik is batik ornament and its development. I'm so happy to be here today to share the batik, the story of batik and indigenous culture. Actually, talking about gamelan, yeah, in the first session, it reminds me of my senior high school life because back then I also one of gamelan player. So I'm very happy to be here today. Okay, what is batik? I will start with these questions. Maybe the committee or Ibu Indah can share the link. I have questions for all of you here from the Mentimeter. Maybe Bu Indah can help me to share the link in the chat box. To begin the story, I have a question. Let me know what are you think about batik. So you can click on the link at the chat box and answer my questions. Okay. Okay, I will share the answer here. A pattern. Okay. Do you see my share screen? Sorry. Okay. Okay, there are some answers, yeah. A pattern. Traditional. Shirt. Okay. Curvy line. Unique. Baju batik. Existed long ago. Nice. Traditional wears. Design. Culture. Art. And then a colorful. What else? What 3 words come up in your mind when you hear batik? Okay. A lot of answer here, yeah. Traditional, culture. What else, please? Okay. Indonesia. Okay. I can see the answer here. Okay. 5 more answer, yeah. 5, 4, 3. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's all, yeah. The answer. As we can see, we can divide batik in a word, yeah, like traditional, and then culture, unique, and so on and so on. But what is batik actually? I will tell you the story here from the terminology of batik. Okay, based on the terminology, the original word of batik derived from Javanese words, rambataning and titik-titik. because I'm not a Japanese. Yeah. Usually Japanese people have the unique style for say rambataning and titik-titik. Say the rambataning. Rambataning and titik-titik. Others says batik derived from the words amba means right and titik means dot. So we could say that batik word means a series of dots in the terminology. But what is batik? Some may define batik as an ornamental things in the piece of fabric, like I saw before. You define batik as a pattern, yeah. But actually, batik is a process. So batik is a manual process of making ornaments on the surface of fabric by resist the dye using wax or enchanting. Wax is like material we use to resist the dye in a piece of fabric. Yeah. So, what about the history of batik? How about the history of batik? I will tell you the history of ancient batik in Indonesia. According to the G.P. Roofer, a Dutch archaeologist, the origin of batik has been known in Indonesia around 7th century. The art technique of resist dye introduced by the trader from India and Sri Lanka. In the past, people were using rice flour as a resist material and natural dyes such as the extract of indigo leaves and some types of barks were using as dye materials. And also they use bamboo brush before they use chanting in 12th century. And Rover said that chanting used as the tools for making batik found for the very first time in Kediri, one of the area district in East Java. And until now, batik technique is used widely in Indonesia. It is used from traditional artisan to modern fashion designer. And batik industries become one of big industry, especially in Yogyakarta and Pekalongan City, also in Cirebon. Okay. Maybe some of you have a question how batik was made, how batik fabric is made. There are two way of making batik. The first one is batik tulis and the second is batik cap. What is batik tulis? It is also a hand-drawn process, and batik tulis was known in Java in the 13th century. The process of hand-drawn batik is done manually, one by one, using chanting and malam. We call it malam in Indonesia, not day and night, yeah, but it's malam or wax. So the process of hand drawing batik requires a lot of patience and persistence. Look at this picture, yeah, or old lady, women do the batik with the patience and persistence. And batik cap, we also have the stamp batik. Batik cap began to be known after the First World War around the 1920. And batik cap is made through a batik motif stamp. We can see the visual here, the batik stamp. This stamp made of copper, whose function is to replace chanting. The use of batik stamp can make batik motifs with precise repetition. Usually, men do the stamp batik, but chanting done by women. Okay, what are tools making batik? The first one is chanting. We also use malam or wax. Don't forget the fabric, yeah. And then chap, our stamp. And then traditional batik stove. Also natural dye or synthetic dyes. And the others additional tools like such as pencil or paper for sketching the motif, or gawangan, we call it gawangan in Java, tools for placing the fabric, and any other supporting tools. The basic principle of making batik is like this. The ornament will appear after the last process. It's just like the negative film or the slide film. So the ornament will appear after the last process, or we call it the here the lorot. And these are general process of making batik. There are 6 steps of making batik in general. The first one is don't forget to wash the fabric first, because we have to remove the coating part on the fabric surface. And then the second is usually the artisan do the nyorek. Some of this terminology used by we use in Japanese word, like nyorek. Nyorek is sketching the motif or mola, and then batik or nyanting is the part of applying wax to the fabric. We have two kind of nyanting. The first one is ngelowong, the white space, and ngisen, the details. The second one, this is one of the part that make batik is very expensive, and hard to do, because after we nyanting in one surface, we have to do it again in the back of the fabric. It called it nerusi. Putting wax or malam on the back of the cloth. This is the finishing step of nyanting. And then the dyeing process, celup, we call it celup, dipping the fabric, or cholet, painting the surface fabric. So there are two kind of dyeing process, with natural dyes as well as the synthetics one. And then the last one, this is lorot, removing the malam or wax with boiling water. All the process is not done by one person, This is this collaborative work from the society. So that's what make batik become a tradition, become a culture in Indonesia. Next, what about the batik ornament? How batik fabric is made? What type of fabric? From the development of batik Indonesia, I divine three kind of batik. The first one is the classic batik. It's an heritage batik which come from the palace or royal family and village that have batik root culture. So some place of Indonesia have the batik root culture, but some do not have it. And the second one is the local batik. Batik which come from local area in Indonesia who don't have batik root culture. Usually government develop these kinds of batik. And the last one, this is the modern batik or contemporary batik. It is batik which developed in modern society. Textile and fashion designer or local brand are develop it. Okay. From three kinds of batik development, three kinds of type of batik. From my previous explanation, I would like to emphasize more in batik classic, batik that come from of its origin place from the royal and from the classic, ancient batik. The first one is batik keraton, batik from royal family, and then batik keraton saudagaran, batik from trader around royal palace, and then we have also batik pesisir, batik from coastal area like Cirebon, Pekalongan, and so on and so on. Also, we have batik petani, batik that developed in farmer family. Those batik has different kinds of characteristics, like batik keraton, the characteristic, the color that they use usually brown because of the natural dyes that they use, like soga color. But in the coastal area, like batik pesisir and batik petani, the visual or the form usually more dynamic, and the color also more colorful than the batik in royal or palace. It's because of the influence from the other trader like India and Sri Lanka and so on and so on. So batik and its meaning for society. Actually, batik for Indonesia, it's not gives an only art and aesthetical product, but it's beyond than a piece of fabric. Why? Because batik is culture, batik is the society, and also batik symbolize Japanese culture. As we know that batik has been recognized by UNESCO in the category of intangible. So it's not about the tangible things. It's not about the product itself, but it is about the culture, about the values. Because the culture uh, about the collaboration to making it and the joint work to produce one piece of fabric. This is the last one that I want to share to you. From the previous explanation, I said that batik has another meaning, has deep meaning for Indonesian society. From one of the evidence or one of the story, one of the proof is about this story. Yeah, batik is a love story from the palace story. Here, one of batik classic well-known pattern is truntum. The truntum motif created by Kanjeng Ratu Kencana, the Empress of Susunan Pakubuwana III Solo Empire, long time ago. And she made the truntum, she made the motif when she got the news that the king will be married again. Yeah. As a woman, she felt sad. After that, she pouring out her feelings while looking at the night sky. She saw the night stars and told his feelings to a piece of fabric by doing batik. And after that, she gave the truntum batik to the Sunan Pakubuwana. And what was happened, as I know from the story, that the Sunan Pakubuwana fell in love again with the Kanjeng Ratu Kencana. So Sunan Pakubuwana canceled his marriage. So they become together again. From that batik story, we believe that truntum from Java or Solo ethnic symbolize an unconditional, everlasting love, or the other word is tumarutum. It's a Japanese word. And the function, because of its meaning, batik truntum are commonly worn by bridal parents on the day of the ethnic Java marriage. Because of its meaning, batik truntum are commonly worn by bridal parents. Yeah, they believe that by wearing that truntum, when when we do the sungkeman is one of the part of marriage. Yeah, one of the marriage part in Japanese. Yeah, the love from their parents will deliver to the couple. What a love story. Yes, sometimes symbolized as the guidance to the bride and the groom to enter the new life. Okay. Last but not least, as the Diane Ackerman, American poet, said, that love is like a batik created from many emotional colors. It is a fabric whose pattern and brightness may vary. I think that's all for me. I hope you all got new knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Marinta Sandini, for the insightful sharing just now. Now, I would like to open the floor for questions from the participants. You may write your questions in the chat box and I will convey your questions to the speaker. You may also click on the raise hand button and open your mic to ask questions when I call out your name. So let's give some time for the participants to have the questions. But before that, I would just like to ask to our speaker, since we have Malaysia batik and also Indonesian batik, right? So it's kind of like hard for us to like differentiate each of the batik designs and everything. So is there like any differences that we can see in Malaysia batik and also Indonesian batik?
Okay, that's a nice questions. Actually, uh, I from now on, I'm um, uh, not seeing. I don't have an experience about seeing the Malaysian batik actually. So I couldn't tell what is the difference between Indonesian batik and Malaysian batik. But as we know that although batik is from yeah, Indonesia, but we know that it can spread to all over the countries. Yeah, all over the countries can use batik as their processes. From my uh, um, I think the differences between Malaysian batik and Indonesian batik is we can see from the ornament. I saw the differences from the ornament itself and also from the colors. Malaysian batik that I search in the internet, actually maybe one day I have a chance to see the real Malaysian batik. Yeah, the colors from Malaysian batik usually uh, more colorful than the Indonesian batik is, especially in the batik classic itself. Batik classic has the brown colors and yeah, a little bit very classic. But in Malaysia, I saw it very colorful, and I also saw about the differences of the technique. Some of Malaysian batik use I don't know, printing technique. I have uh, I have an experience uh, was speaking with talking with Malaysian researcher. They said that batik in Malaysia also use printing to produce it. Yeah, I think that's in my thought.
Wow, that's a very nice one. Okay, so we have one question from the participants from Inda. So Ibu Noreen, is there batik in Indonesia that is influenced by Malay culture or other cultures outside Indonesia?
Okay, thank you, Ibu Ina. Is there a batik in Indonesia that is influenced by Malay culture or other culture outside Indonesia? I thought that Indonesian batik has the influence from India and Sri Lanka. Maybe Malaysia also has the influence from India and Sri Lanka because we are in the same origin as same place. Yeah, we are slightly close. So actually, the batik dyeing process we known from the other country, but the use of chanting it is founded in Indonesia actually. So the tools that make what has been found in India and what has found in Indonesia make it different. So in India they use like bamboo tools and any other tools like bark tools, but in Indonesia we use chanting, so that what make it's different.
All right. So I believe that Miss Inda question has been answered like very, very good. And then we are going to have another questions from Karinisa Aimi Ghazali, which is Ibu Maureen, is there any type of cloth that has been used for Indonesia's batik?
Okay, thank you, Khairunisa Aimi Ghazali. Is there any type of cloth that has to be used for Indonesian batik? Is there any has to be used for Indonesian. Actually, I don't really get the questions. Yeah. Is there any types? Can you
I think the type of the
Oh,
clothes
the
that
type
they
of
use,
okay,
yeah,
the type of the
they,
fabric. What kind of mean? Yeah, we use like I said before, we use the premium cotton. We call it primissima. It's the uh, um the kind of fabric. If you go to Indonesia and go to the pasar baru or any other pasar in Indonesia and ask for what kind of fabric that batik are used, just say it primissima. The trader will state that we use primissima batik, or it is kind of the cotton. The best materials we use for batik is the cotton fabric. But
all
don't
right.
forget to wash it in the first time if you want to use it, yeah, because the primissima has the coating in the surface, so we have to wash it for the first time before we use the malam.
All right. So this came to to my mind just now because Miss Morinta said you Indonesian batik is usually use premium cotton, right? So since we have like silk or any other types of cloth, can it be like done in batik as well, or how?
Yeah. Actually, in the batik classic, we use the primissima or the cotton types. But like you said, Q, your name is very unique, yeah, Q. Like you said, Q, some of the contemporary batik in Indonesia also use the silk, and it that what makes the price become higher and higher, not only because of the type of the fabric but also the process itself. Yeah. Yes, we can use silk also. Use the natural type of fabric, yeah, because we usually cannot use the synthetic one, because the synthetic one, it's hard to get the dyeing process from the synthetic fabric.
All right. So I believe there is no more questions from our participants for today. So that was a very lovely sharing just now. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for participating in the Q&A session just now. But unfortunately, we don't have much time for more questions, right? Okay. But guys, we're not done yet with the second segment. Yeah. So it is the time for the symbolic handover of the e-certificate to our speaker. So with that, I would like to invite Mr. Azhar Hashimi bin Zabidi, Senior Manager of Student Mobility Office of UTP, to the floor. All right. So,
thank you very much.
Okay. I believe I'll just hand it to Miss Morinda. Okay, so here's your e-certificate, Ms. Morinda Rosani, and thank you so much for the time and given to share with us on the lovely sharing for batik sessions. All right, so we have Mr. Azrael back in the team. So yeah. All right, so once again, I would like to thank to our lovely speaker for the interesting session just now, and I wish that we have more time together. Yeah, but yeah. So
Thank you
moving
very
on.
much.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Morinta.
Thank you
So
for
moving
having me. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Moving on to our next session, we'll be having another lucky draw session. So everyone attending the program are eligible to stand a chance to get our lucky prizes, which is the cash prize of 50 ringgit and 100,000 rupiah for those attending the program today. So those who is not yet wins during our previous lucky draw, really not, because this is the chance for you to shine on your on our lucky wheels for this program. So here we have our lucky wheels ready. So let's spin the wheels. All right, so we have from UTP, which is Nur Akila binti Rosli, for our first lucky winner for today. All right, we move and spin the wheels again. All right, so we have the second winners for our lucky draw, which is from Telkom University, which is Ode Suci Rahmayani for our second winner. So congratulations. Okay, let's spin the third wheel for today. Okay. So we have Telkom University, which is I Gisi Madewira Dimas Prasada for our third winner, yeah, for today, yeah. We move on to the next spin of the wheels. All right, so we have another representative from UTP, which is Fardiba binti Arul Asmi. So congratulations. And for the last spin of wheels, we are going to have all right, so we are going to have Telkom University representative, which is Nimade Agatha Wida Lestari for our last winners for the lucky draw for today. So congratulations to all of the 5 lucky winners. Ooh. Okay, so time surely flew by pretty fast, right? So we are now approaching the end of our program today. As the saying goes, to every beginning, there's an ending. So ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite all present in the program to join for our photo group session with Miss Maureen Rosandini. So you may all switch your camera for the photography session. All right. We'll wait for a minute for our participants to get ready. All right, guys, don't be shy. All right, so I believe we can take our photo now. So is this the same photo that we are going to have, which is the formal photo at the first, and then we are going to have the freestyle photo. Yeah. All right, so in the count of 3, we are going to start with our first formal photography session. So 1, 2, 3, smile. All right, so the next photo will be the freestyle, right? So in the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, cheese. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your cooperation on the photography session just now. With that, this marks the end of our second segment on arts and crafts segment on Batik session with Miss Maureen Rosandini, and also our day 1 of Cross Culture Program 2021. So before I end the session, forget not, kindly be reminded that tomorrow we'll be having another 2 segments for Cross Culture Program 2021, which will start at 11 a.m. Malaysia time and 10 a.m. Indonesia time tomorrow. And we also have on discussion for tomorrow agendas, we are going to have segments on discussions and performances of traditional dances by UTP and Telkom University representatives, and also arts and crafts on Chinese calligraphy by UTP Chinese Culture Club at 12:25 p.m. Malaysia time and also 11:25 a.m. For Indonesia time. So once again, I would like to thank you everyone for gracing the program this afternoon on the Cross Culture Program 2021. We really hope that it gives you guys some insightful knowledge and will be beneficial. And of course, we hope that you had fun as well. So until the next time, Assalamualaikum and goodbye. Stay safe and take care, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.